Hi guys, good morning. So today I'm going to be talking about the saga of Chris Rock and Will Smith with Jada Pinkett. But before I get into it here, for those of you that doesn't actually know Jada Pinkett here, apparently some of you might know her as an actress and Mrs. Smith. But Jada Pinkett is also an actress. She starred in one of the hottest movies in 1996, back in the 90s, Set It Off, which featured Vicar Fox, Jada Pinkett. Then she wasn't Mrs. Smith then. Jada Pinkett, Queen Latifah, and one Kimberly, what's this lady's name? Kimberly Lips or something, I can't really remember. So that movie was the hottest movie then, you understand. So at that time, I think Jada Pinkett was still very close or probably dating Tupac, you understand. So she and Tupac, according to what she said, were best friends. Yeah, Tupac affirmed that even back then. So that's a little background of who Jada Pinkett is. So immediately after Set It Off, we didn't see her, we didn't see more of her in movies, and me literally, I didn't see, there was no social media then. So the last time I saw her in a movie, and later after Set It Off, which was a huge success, a very huge success back then, was when she was later starred in Matrix, one of the Matrix sequel. And after that, there was no sign of her anymore. Then she later now starred in this series, Gotham City, this Gotham series. Back then, I think she had 1 or 2 seasons for the series. So that's that. And we all know who Will Smith is, a rapper and also an actor. So so let's go back to what actually happened at the night of the Oscar. If it wasn't staged, I want you all to know that Will Smith has been going through a lot in that relationship, that has been dying in silence, that he doesn't want to say anything. You understand? Because he's trying to force something and make a point. Because this is like how many years wedding or marriage, and he doesn't want to fall into the categories of all those celebrities that couldn't maintain their marriage. You understand? Jada Pinkett brought all these insults to Will. You understand? And I can imagine a lot of things that might be going on behind closed doors that we don't know about. The only thing we know about was the Red Table Talk, where she made mention of her having an entanglement with August Alsina. That is the only name we've heard of. You understand? In that relationship, what I have gotten to understand or notice is Will Smith is not the alpha male. Jada is manipulating Will Smith emotionally because he knows Will Smith is not ready to leave that relationship or the wedding or the marriage. But Will Smith wants to make it work by fire, by force. Jada wants to explore. She wants to try new things due to the fact that she has been denied the ability to chase her own career while Will Smith's career is popping. She needs to stay back and be the mother. So she is literally in control of the marriage at a starting point when she realized that this guy actually needs this marriage. The only name we kept hearing is August Alsina and some few names he mentioned, I think. But what if there are some other guys, whenever Will Smith is on set shooting, doesn't have time to be the father in the house and everything? What about some other guys that are there? Will Smith is coming outside, to talk about how they shouldn't disrespect the wife, but you have a woman that doesn't respect you as a public figure and at the same time doesn't respect you as the husband. Literally slept with another guy under your roof, a guy you welcome to the house, a guy that is supposed to be like a friend to your son or your children. The way this lady kept, doing things to us Will Smith, if na Yoruba woman or African woman, or African woman, they go talk say Will Smith don't chop before. You understand? So I just want to take us to the genesis of everything so that you can actually understand that since Will Smith is actually a pussy, there is that stage in a man's life that you have to stay away. This is also applicable to women. Any partner that can't respect the emotional damage they will cause to you and how it will affect your mental health, then I think you have to stay away from such women. Will Smith is only doing all these things he's doing, trying to, if you notice, immediately after that shit that happened about the entanglement talk and everything, there was a damage control Will Smith was doing. He started making sure people are seeing him and Jada in public, doing also. So immediately after that entanglement thing happened, if you all notice, Will Smith was doing all sort of control damage. You understand? He started appearing more in public with Jada. All those things, all those lovey-dovey things were now popping up to the level of. They actually had the video where Jada was trying to buy this car, and Will Smith had to drag her out of the car. They started giving us loads of gassy just to make that relationship look like everything is perfect and Will Smith is not a pussy and all sort of stuff. Because apparently it was so glaring. If you watch that Red Table Talk, when the whole conversation popped up, and you can see the agony, the pains all over Will Smith's expression. His eyes were getting red, like it was so fucked up for him. You understand? So now, this woman kept bringing all sort of disgrace, kept making you feel less of a man. She boldly pop up with all these things, and you can literally tell she doesn't care because she wants to get back to whom people used to know her to be. Because apparently, back in the 90s, Jada was bigger than Will Smith. Set It Off was a lit movie. The only thing Will Smith had then that I can remember Will Smith for, and everyone as a product of 80s and 90s can remember him for was Fresh Prince comedy series. Anything after that, nobody knows anything about Will Smith aside music. Because back in the 90s, it wasn't as if Will Smith had major hits. He had Get On Jiggy With It. He had Summertime, I think. He had I think those were his major. Those were his major. I think he had Switch. Switch should be in the 2000s. I can't remember when he did Switch. You understand? But then what we know, I don't even know. 96. Get On Jiggy With It was not even 96. I don't think so. I think it should be 2000. Get On Jiggy With It should be 2000. Yeah, I'll try and remember. So Jada is trying to come back to be all of that. But she can't achieve all those things without clouds. And she wants her cloud to be factual. She was ready to make sure she goes all out to generate the kind of attention she wanted. You understand? Because she didn't feel any remorse. She was so sure nothing was going to happen if she let the cat out of the bag. She was so sure because Will Smith is patching a leaking tank. That is what he's doing. That marriage is over. Don't let anyone deceive you. The moment your partner can come outside to ridicule you and, doesn't care about everything you stand for, just know that marriage is over. So all those things, like I said, if that slap wasn't staged at the Oscar, Will Smith is just trying to gain everything he lost back, which might not be possible. Jada already discovered who she is. She already discovered the power she's holding in that marriage. Will Smith is not ready to go. Jada doesn't care anymore. That's why I always tell people, women will get to a stage in their life. It's not as if they are demanding or anything. They set different priorities and goals. That is the way women are shaped. Their priorities and goals always change when they get to a certain stage in their life. Your 22-year-old girlfriend, where you catch them young, if she's now like 28, check out the way she was thinking then. Check out the way she's thinking now. Her priority don't change. And that time you could get problem with them. Say, maybe she don't join bad gang. Her priority changed. She evolved from that small girl that wanted to be a doctor and realized that I am better than being a doctor. I want to be a makeup artist. I want to be this. Because her priority changed. She understands what she wanted now. Because back then, she only knows what she wanted. Understanding something and doing something, I always tell people, there are two different things. So don't let us digress. So now, all of you need to understand that if care is not taken, Will Smith might commit suicide. Just know it for a fact. If care is not taken, Will Smith, I see a ticking bomb. I see potential suicide happening to Will Smith in some couple of years to come if care is not taken. If he doesn't let go of something that has left already, if he continues striving to make this thing work. When Will Smith went on stage and was making his apology, you need to understand something. Though. There was a place he said, no one needs to be, something like no one needs to be abused and everything and all, and he is this, is that. He wasn't talking about the abuse from Chris Rock. He was talking about the abuse he has been facing in the house from Jada. He was literally shaking the table Jada was on. If you don't know, why he was literally crying was simply because he was having flashback of some things. Do you know what it means when a woman is tired in a relationship and you're begging her to stay? And because you're trying to patch that thing, you now realize that this thing is now causing public disgrace. I always tell people, like, you know, I grew up following Will Smith's career, you understand? Then I remember when we were younger, whenever Fresh Prince starts on NTA Channel 5, everybody literally likes Will Smith, he's the cool guy, especially my sisters, all of them. But my favorite character in what's it called? Fresh Prince was Alfred. Alfred, Afoso, Alfred, I can't remember the butler character guy, because he was blunt, you understand, and I just like the fact that he puts everyone in check in the house, you understand. Whenever we speak he puts everyone, even Uncle Phil, he puts Uncle Phil in check, you understand. So then, I remember I was small and I told my younger sister, like, I can literally remember, I said something like, if they can make Will Smith the clown in the comic whatsoever, then maybe Will Smith is actually a clown in real life. Because I like tough people. I love Commando and Schwarzenegger then. Because big guns. I love Sylvester Stallone. Big guns. I love Schwarzenegger. I love anytime I am watching anything, all my favorite characters are always those crazy ones that are wicked. To the extent of even growing up, they always abuse me. I'm always with the bad guys. I always like the bad guys. I don't like actors. Because actors, they fine. The only actor, they will rape your wife, beat your picking, do all those things. So I always like those bros that will fuck actor up, like cheer you. Now you understand. So I was literally like a lover of bad character in movies. So let's go back to the main topic. So you need to understand that if care is not taken, Will Smith might commit suicide, because Will Smith is doing all it takes to patch this marriage. And Will Smith doesn't have any reason. Will Smith doesn't have any reason to be doing that, and he doesn't have any reason to even slap Chris Rock. It was a joke. It wasn't even a joke the marriage. It was a joke about G.I. Jane. G.I. Jane was this movie where this white actress had to go and join the army or the navy or whatsoever. They shaved her hair and everything. So this excuse media are also now using like it was because Jada has loss of hair due to one disease or whatsoever. Cut the crap. Cut the crap. Chris Rock is a comedian. He was paid to do a job and everything. Will Smith is not going to act like he doesn't make fun of people. He doesn't make joke of people out of people. Will Smith was not just a successful stand-up comedian. He wasn't just successful being a comedian. We all know Will Smith as a funny guy, but he can't make a successful comedian. You understand? So don't let us start deceiving ourselves and start saying, the wife is having... No. Chris Rock very well doesn't have problem with Will Smith. Their bodies. You understand? But Will Smith is just this over-emotional person. He's too emotional. And guys out there, it's very important you don't get too emotional. Like, okay, no, there's no problem being emotional person, but you must learn how to balance it. Because even women out there, they hate it when you're too emotional. When you're too emotional and you love someone so much, when you have problem with them, you will find it hard to give them time to process whatsoever problem you're having with them. And women are that kind of... There are some women, they love to process whatsoever bullshit that is going on within you and them. They want to give it time. They are not breaking up with you. They don't have problem with you. But that moment, they just need that time. And if you, as a very emotional person, you can control it and give them that little break that they needed, and you're still being persistent, that is when they will start hating you more. I feel Will Smith needs to control his emotions because he's not an angry person. Let me tell you the real truth. Will Smith is a fucking pussy. He's not that angry person. He's not an... Don't stress yourself over Will Smith's personality. He's just like a normal... Will Smith could have been at least... God should have just made him the woman in the relationship while Jada is the man. Jada is fucking gangster. She knows how to use power of manipulation and power of a woman. Jada should be like 40-something years old. She's fucking controlling Will Smith's life to the extreme. Whatsoever you do, never let your spouse knows how weak you are and how much you need them. Because at the end of the day, they are going to use it against you. Always make your spouse or your partner feel like you only want them. Don't make them feel like you need them. Because there's a difference between wanting someone and needing someone. When I want you, if you're pissed at me, I can go 1 month without talking to you. Then after 1 month, when I feel like I want you again, I'll reach out to you. When I need you, I can't spend a second of my life without you. When we have misunderstanding, I always want us to clear it and get back to the way we used to be. So it's so crazy, and like I feel so sorry for Will Smith, not because of what happened at the Oscars, but because of what he's going through presently. Will Smith is going through a lot of shit that he's covering. And that man, if care is not taken, we are going to lose him anytime soon. Because one day he might just wake up and feel like, man, fuck this bullshit. Pow, one in the head, straight up. You all can tell Will Smith is depressed now. Everyone knows he's depressed. All those hiking, all those things he was going for. But with depression, Nijari, you'll be saying any other thing. All those dancing with the shark bullshit he's coming up with. Man is legit depressed. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That's all I have to say regarding this. If you have any questions you want to ask me regarding anything, if you want me to address any topic, just put it on the comment there. Whatsoever I know about some of these topics, I'll always share. And then the man baby, you are free. Come and say the rubbish you always have to say. You know me as well. Me bad. Ajeke mo lesekese.